kid, I used to dream of being king of the hill.
Jeff Gordon reached NASCAR's peak last year, but today is the dawn of a new season, becoming king of the hill at Daytona, the dream of 58 drivers, all aspiring to sit atop the scoring pylon as pole sitter for next Sunday's Daytona 500. The boys will battle for the premier spot. They all long to be at the top of the list.
Today,
when all is said and done,
I'm gunning to be on top.
I'm gunning to be on top.
But when the dust settles, Daytona's rich history has taught us no matter how many battle on the hill today, there will be only one king. Day to commence the glory days of the Daytona International Speedway 1999. It commences this Saturday afternoon. Pole position qualifying for the 41st running of the great American race. The Daytona 500 live next Sunday on CBS.
Will be next, then David Green, Ted Musgrave, the Bodine brothers, Morgan Shepherd and Dave Marcus, and then this fella, Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon. Here's Ralph Shaheen.
Well, everybody, Mike, happy to see this man back in the garage area. Rick Hendrick, man behind Hendrick Motorsports. Rick, you've been away for a year fighting some illnesses. How you feeling?
Well, seeing all these people and all my friends sure make me feel great. And cars running well. Weather's beautiful down here. It's just, this is like a big extended family. I mean, it's so nice to see them. And, you know, I'm just pacing myself and trying not to overdo it here so I don't run out of gas before we get the next weekend. But, you know, it's just great to be here. Just good to see everybody.
I know your drivers gave you a lot of inspiration during the year as they would call you on cell phones from Victory Lane. Did you have any inspirating words for Jeff before he gets ready to go qualifying?
Just do the best you can. It's going to be a long year. You know, every year I think I say this more and more. It gets so competitive, and I mean, it's just so many good teams, and you know, you just have to be good. And you have to have a lot of luck, and it's just this garage area is just full of you know, teams that can win championships and win races and sit on poles, and it's just getting harder and harder. And you know, but got an awful lot of good people in our organization, just like all these other guys, and we just enjoying the moment.
Rick, welcome back to the garage area. Dick Berggren.
I don't know if he's been talking to Charlie Sheen, but I think it's to distinguish himself from the other two Jeffs on the circuit, Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
Jeff Gordon is walking along, signing a few autographs on the way to this car. Mike Skinner turned the fastest lap, Jeff, but he said that Jeff Gordon hasn't gone yet. Everybody's eyes are on you. Can you beat the speed he turned?
I don't know if it's going to matter whether I go or not. He ran a very fast lap, and you know, I tell you, with the temperatures rising, and it just depends on what the wind does. I mean, we've got a great race car. My guys have given me the best race car I've ever brought to Daytona, and I'm having fun driving it, and I hope that we can put it on the front row. It'd be the first time that we have ever come close to doing that, so we're pretty excited, but just going to have to see what those wind gods do for us.
Jeff, you said yesterday you wanted a high number, but this may have been a little too high.
I'm not sure if a high number's really the way to go here at Daytona, because the wind usually kicks up, and the way it's been the last couple of days, you know, there's no clouds, and so the temperatures just continue to get higher and higher. So those things dictate a lot when it comes to the speed. But Mike ran, you know, a good speed right pretty much through the middle of this qualifying session. So if it stays like this, we might have a shot. We'll see.
Has it been tough waiting all this time?
No, I've been having a relaxing day, you know. I can't believe how long it takes to qualify here at Daytona, but, you know, just been kind of checking out what the other guys have been doing and how fast they've been going, and I can't believe how much everybody's picking up, so we're just going to see what we've got. But I was back there watching you guys on TV having fun.
Okay, best of luck to you. Thanks.
Well, the track to Ralph.
Dick, every pound of rotating weight you can take off your car is worth 4 horsepower. Now, let me give you an example of why everybody thinks Ray Evernham's a genius as a crew chief. Look at the hub and the studs back here on Terry Labonte's car. See how they're sticking out some 3 to 4 inches? That's what you want when you go racing, because your tire changer has to be able to get that tire up there. It needs something to lock it in on. Look at Evernham has done back here to the rear tire of Jeff Gordon's car. Look how they've shaved all that metal off. You take all that weight off of 4 corners, there's 3 to 4 horsepower, 2 to 3 tenths of a second per lap. Mike?
Jeff Gordon getting ready to strap in. Billy Standridge, Kevin LePage, Mike Harmon, and Kenny Wallace are next as Daytona 500 pole qualifying continues live on CBS. Co-driver and Winston Cup rookie Jeff Gordon getting ready to go. He's going to climb in. And coming up next on CBS, you'll see third-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am. Dane Stewart with a 1-stroke lead. Brett Couples 3 strokes back. Let's go to Ralph.
Mike, you should have seen the look on Jeff Gordon's face about half a second ago, just before he climbed in the car. Our blimp went just in front of the sun, and a huge cloud came right over where we were standing, and the excitement and the smile went up on Jeff's face. The crew scared right up into the sky, and that blimp moved away, and they all just went, oh, shoot, they thought they had him.
Buddy, what's that mean when you catch a cloud here?
That would be about 2 tenths maybe if the whole racetrack was in cloud conditions. But Jeff Gordon's going to have to qualify in the same conditions everyone else qualified under.
Going in, if you should have problems in the qualifying races on Thursday.
Let's check with Glenn Jarrett.
Well, Mike, we're still in the garage area back here. You know,
Victories.
Well, you can see Jeff Gordon there. They're pushing it up towards the line. I tell you, this is the one that everybody's kind of looking at. He's been the fastest in practice coming up to qualifying here.
Yes, but if you ask veteran observers around this racetrack, and I continue to see the same name in print all week long as who could win the Daytona 500, who would you pick? The man on the racetrack. Those Gordon flags. Dale Earnhardt continues to sell the most souvenirs in NASCAR. Jeff Gordon has quickly risen to number 2 in that department. One published report said that Earnhardt and Gordon combined sell 2/3 of all NASCAR-related souvenirs. Oh, my gosh.
You certainly see a lot of them in the grandstands.
To try to win the Daytona 500 in his 21st attempt.
Well, you can see the flags waving there as the 24 car, Jeff Gordon, goes on the speedway high up into turn 1 there, getting momentum up to have a great run, he hopes.
This is Jeff Gordon's 7th attempt at Daytona. He won here in 1997, and only once has he started worse than 8th fastest. Terry Labonte 5th, 194.150 miles per hour, 5th fastest. So it's Pontiac, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Pontiac. That's parity among the 3 mates. And here comes Gordon off turn 4. Let's go to Ken Squire and the current pole sitter, Tony Stewart, to call Jeff Gordon's run.
Jeff Gordon coming to speed. How you feel right now? You're on the pole. This is the guy that can take it away.
I wish I could say calm right now, but this guy's got a lot of experience, and I really admire this guy. He's given guys like myself a lot of openings and opened a lot of doors for us to come down here and have opportunities to drive stock cars. So it wouldn't be a great tragedy to be second to him today.
Tony, we noticed Gordon went very high in turns 1 and 2. Did you go that high on your first lap?
I didn't go quite that high. Bobby Labonte, Bobby's been the one that's taught me how to run the super speedway, and he typically runs both laps on the bottom. And like I said, I stood on the camera and on the trailer and watched everybody's laps, and it seemed like the guys that ran up high the first lap ran a little quicker.
Jeff Gordon, 97 Daytona 500 champion, has never sat on the pole for this race. He makes his 7th effort to get into the Great American Race next Sunday.
He'll have to pick up
CBS.
He'll have to pick up about a half a second on this lap in order to beat Tony.
Yeah, he was extremely high in 1 and 2 on that build-up lap for this shoot right here, trying to get the pole.
Wow. Tony,
really big trouble.
May not be such a bad thing starting on the outside.
According to my watch, Tony, he was 2/10 of a second, 2/100 of a second faster than you going into turn 3. So I don't know. Depends on how he got through 3 and 4 and back to the stripe. We'll know in a moment.
Looks pretty good.
Here he comes to the line, dipping down low, right against the white stripe. Jeff Gordon on our unofficial watch, quicker around, and Jeff Gordon takes the pole from Tony Stewart, 195.067 miles per hour.
Wow, 195, Ned.
Ralph Shaheen.
Boy, I've been following you all day, Ray, and you've been stressed. You even told me, man, I'm really stressed. And as soon as you saw that time, you turned to me. You must be feeling pretty good. Where'd you find the speed?
Well, we've been working on it, and honestly, you know, everybody at Hendrick Motorsports has worked hard on that car. The motor shop, Eddie Dickerson, his guys, all my guys. We've never come here with a shot at the pole, and we knew we had one, and I've probably been more nervous today than I ever have been in my whole life, because it's just, you know, to have a shot at the pole here is something pretty big.
How will this translate now to what you do for the rest of the week, now that you don't really have to worry about the twins? You haven't had to do that before.
Well, you don't know that yet, because Kenny Schrader's pretty fast and Kenny Irwin both, but I hope it doesn't, you know, I hope we don't get bumped back for Rick Hendrick's sake, but, you know, you just got to get ready to race, because no matter what, you've got to run that 125 like it's the 500, because that's the best test you're going to get ready for the 500.
Ray, congratulations to Dick Berggren.
We, you know, knew we wouldn't probably win the pole, but we felt like we'd have a good, solid qualifying run, and we did. So we've got to really work hard this week, get our cars as good as we can for the 500.
Okay, Terry Labonte, 6th quick so far.
And a good run for Labonte. Jeff Gordon has never started this race from the front row.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
It appears today he will. Big cheer from the fans. And Ned, he's achieved a rare position in NASCAR. Jeff Gordon has become one of the few drivers, Ned, in the history of this sport that gets booed as much as he's cheered, because does he win too much?
Well, you know, in some people's eyes he does, certainly those that are pulling for other drivers, but he is good. There's no question about it. And there's a guy on the racetrack that's good right now, too, Kenny Schrader.
Jeff Gordon on the pole thus far. Tony Stewart alongside Ken Schrader, third. Kenny Irwin Jr. on the racetrack. We'll update you later during the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am on the final qualifying rundown. For Ken Squire, Buddy Baker, Ned Jarrett, Dick Berggren, Ralph Shaheen, and Glenn Jarrett, I'm Mike Joy saying so long from Daytona, where Jeff Gordon has taken the pole for the 1999 Daytona 500. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the Daytona 500.